Hi, I'm Georgie Griffiths, and each week we'll be sharing with you a short bonus episode of our podcast where we'll go behind the scenes and briefly meet some of the great people who work at Colliers. This week we're going to get to know Danielle Taylor, who works in operations. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your job role?
So I started working at Colliers 5 years ago as a secretary in the national offices team, and over my 5.5 years at Colliers, I've sort of progressed and changed roles slightly. I now work as a project manager with the operations team, and my role is really to roll projects out across the business that help the business do their day-to-day job. Obviously, we need the business to make money and go out and do what they can do, and my role is to really try and help them do that the best they can with the systems that we have within Colliers.
What do you love about working at Colliers?
So I love Colliers. I've been obviously at Colliers for a really long time, and part of that I've joined the social committee, and I just think it's a really nice place where everyone sort of understands everybody, knows everybody, and although it's a big company, I feel like I know a lot of the people that work there. We do loads of social events. Obviously this year has been changed slightly because of that, but we have our get-togethers, socials downstairs in our offices where we can all have drinks and get to know everyone in the other teams. We do softball tournaments and quiz nights once a year as well, which are really good to sort of get to know everybody and have a bit of a social life with the people you work with rather than just working day to day.
How do you think your role has evolved during 2020?
So 2020 is obviously a weird year for all of us, and I guess the biggest thing we have to adapt is working from home. Luckily for my job, a lot of my stuff is done over emails, and there weren't a lot of meetings anyway, and those meetings that did take place previously can all be done over things like Zoom and Teams. So not a lot has actually changed. I guess the biggest hurdle we've had to overcome is ensuring that people within the business get the right attention they need over Teams and over Zoom. Obviously it can become a bit mechanical doing it over video calls rather than face to face, but I think we're adapting quite well, and we're sort of taking it in our stride as Colliers as a whole, and I think people are starting to get used to it a little bit more now, so it's kind of business as usual.
Can you tell us something interesting about yourself that we might not already know?
I love eating out, I love going out with friends, and I guess one of the biggest things I like doing is going on city breaks, exploring, and obviously being in England and being able to just jump on a plane and being in another place in Europe really quickly is obviously great for quick weekends away, and just exploring different cultures, different foods, and what other people experience rather than just the normal that we do every day.
So can you give us a little bit of information, maybe some top tips for working in operations?
So I guess the top tips for working in operations is really getting to know the business, getting to know the people you're working with, because at the end of the day, they are our clients. I think it's a lot easier when you have a good relationship with the people you work with, to ensure that you're doing the project that you're doing for them to the best quality you can. You really need to understand what they need and what they want while mixing it with what the business expectations are and what the business needs and wants.
Thanks so much for listening to our bonus episode. Please don't forget to follow us on all the usual social channels to find out who our next guest will be.